Good evening, guys. It is Sunday, July 15th, 2018, 8:30 p.m. And no, the topic of this video is not my daughter's pink Cadillac or that her and Elvis Presley share a liking for pink Cadillacs. Purpose of this video is to go over some work boots. As I mentioned in one of my other videos about some Milwaukee power tools I'd recently bought, I have a weakness for tools and leather boots. So, jumping right into this, these are my Western boots. They are Ariats. These are my pull-on Wellington Ariat work hogs. More Ariats. More Ariats. Some Georgia boot wedge soles. And the old Sears Diehard wedge soles. So, I'm actually making this video to specifically talk about one of these pairs of boots, but I figured I'd get out a few pairs that I have that are pretty heavily into my rotation and just kind of share with you guys a little bit. These Western boots, I don't wear them very much. They actually are supposed to look distressed or worn like that. I wear them once in a while, shine them up, go out to dinner in them, things like that. I am not a cowboy, although sometimes I wished I was. So I don't ride horses. I can't afford them, although I'd like to. So I don't wear those too much. The pull-on Ariats, these are the work hogs. They have a composite toe. I'm a big fan of safety toes. Not a big fan of soft toes. Don't own any soft toes, so that's one of the reasons I got those. Love them because they're really easy to slip on and off. If I have a customer that's maybe picky about wearing shoes in the house, I do have boot covers for that, but they're really hard to get on and off, and my job, I'm kind of in and out a lot, so it's a pain to be taking boot covers on and off. These boots here are steel toe Ariat boots. They are actually provided by my company. We have a catalog that we can order boots out of once a year at no charge. I don't know the model number specifically on any of these, but if you guys are interested in any of these boots and you want to look them up, let me know and I will reply to any comments with model numbers, names, colors, etc. These are pretty comfortable. Ariats are traditionally more of a Western boot, like these guys here, but they've, in the past, I don't know, 2 years or so, maybe longer, 3 years, they've been getting into the work boot scene, and they're comfortable boots. I wouldn't say they're the longest lasting, but depending on what you do, I don't think any boots really last a long time. These were some personal Ariat boots. They also had the little decorative leather toe thing here. It's not a metatarsal guard, it's just decorative. These ones had that. I took them off because from kneeling a lot they started to curl up and it just looked kind of funny, so they're just laced on there. I just took them off on these ones. These ones I'm actually probably going to go ahead and probably toss them. The bottom's getting pretty worn and the corners, I don't know if you guys could tell, they're starting to crack. I kept them around for a while just to kind of do yard work in and whatnot. But I have quite a few pairs of boots, so I don't think I'm going to keep them. I'm probably going to go ahead and just toss them. Maybe give them to somebody that desperately needs a pair of boots. The leather's good on them still. The sole is the big issue. Georgia boots. I'm not allowed to wear these at work because they're wedge sole. We are required to wear a 90-degree heel because we're primarily dealing with ladders. For those of you that don't know, I work for AT&T installing DirecTV satellite. 90-degree sole, or heel rather, it just feels better on a ladder. You kind of, I don't want to say it's a ladder lock because it's not a ladder lock heel, but they definitely grip onto a ladder better, if you will, or prevent sliding on a ladder. They just feel more stable to me on ladders than wedge sole boots do, but I really enjoy wedge sole boots. All I wear is boots, and they're just more comfortable. I feel like they provide more support overall to the overall foot. And I've been wearing these for quite a few years. Probably one of my favorite boots. You guys may notice that there's no Red Wings in this lineup. I have owned Red Wings. Again, I can't remember the model number of them off the top of my head. If you want to know which ones they were, I'll look them up and let you know. But they were $230. I got them for $80. When I was still working with DirecTV, we had a program with Red Wing where we got a massive discount on Red Wing boots. And I really liked them. They did really well for about a year. And they started to break down, which I really only expect to get about a year out of boots. These guys that are commenting on other boot reviews and whatnot, that they get 3, 4, 5 years out of boots, that's fine if you get that many years out of a boot. But I don't feel that any of these boots are really that expensive where you shouldn't treat yourself to a new pair every year, maybe 2 years. Anyways, a little bit about these boots. I really like them. They're very comfortable. They're very basic. There's not a lot to them. They are steel toe. They do not have a removable insole. That insole in here is glued down. It's in there. I suppose you could put your own insoles in there, but you'd probably have to get a bigger size than what you would normally wear for that. When I started buying these, they were right around $130. Now they're right around 150, 160 after tax out the door. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to start leaning away from them because of that. But I just feel like, if you're going to start raising the price on me, I get it. The economy has changed and whatnot. You may need to make some adjustments in your pricing, for profit margin, whatever. But with the technology that's coming out in boots, like these Ariats over here, they're composite toe, so they're lighter. I like the composite toe. It's rated the same as a steel toe, but it's lighter. It does not get cold in the wintertime, which I don't have to deal with that here. I live in Southern California. But for those of you that live in more colder climates, a composite toe is nice over the steel toe. It won't get as cold. And also, it does not conduct electricity the way a metal toe would. So composite, for me, it works. I'm not against steel toes. These are steel toes. These are composite toes. Obviously, these are just leather. But these over here, they're steel toe. They don't have a removable liner. I believe it's a steel shank in these. Good boots. I like them. They're really comfortable. Price point isn't too bad, even at today's price on them. But I just feel like if you're going to start raising the price, then let's update the technology that goes into your boots a little bit. Otherwise, pretty basic. The nice thing about the Georgia boots is they have, I believe it's called SPR leather. They're very soft, very supple right out of the box. There's almost no break-in to these particular boots, which I like. It's nice to be able to just walk right out the door of Boot Barn or wherever you get your boots from, and they're comfortable. Any boot's going to have a little break-in period, but these ones, it's very minimal, if at all. Just great leather, great feel, a lot of comfort in them. But again, I guess my biggest gripe with them is price. I think what you get out of them, and like the laces, for me, it's not a problem at all. But if you're a welder or something like that, these laces are going to burn up really quick, the material of them. You might want like leather laces or something like that. So with that said, the reason I'm actually making this video is these boots over here. I've been watching some videos recently about Sears Diehard boots. I think it's either a love or hate relationship with these boots. Some guys absolutely love them. Other guys, you're not going to get near them with these boots. So I'm 35 years old now. When I was about 15, I saved up. I started working when I was 15 years old. Odd jobs. My first job, I worked at a Christmas tree farm. Just tending Christmas trees, watering, trimming. During the season, I would cut them, carry them to people's vehicles, tie them off, whatever. And I saved up and I bought my first pair of work boots, and it was these right here. Sears Diehard steel toe, 6-inch, mock toe work boots, and I absolutely loved them. At that time, these were still made in America. I realized that imported boots are held to the same standards as they always have been, but there's just something different. I think we can all agree, or most of us can agree, about when boots were American made versus Chinese or Vietnamese, or like these guys here are actually made in, I think it's the Dominican Republic. Let's see if I can figure it out. Made in, yeah, Dominican Republic is where these guys are made. It's upside down, but you guys can see right there, Dominican Republic. So there's an interesting variety of boots and where they come from. Anyways, I really liked these boots when I first started wearing them. I thought for the price, I just don't think you could beat it. They were, I want to say, about $74.99 plus tax at that time. And I bought them for years. I probably wore them until I was around 23, 24, maybe 25, I don't know, something like that. And over that period of time, they started manufacturing these in China, I believe it is. And you could tell, or I could tell, I thought, maybe it was all mental, but I thought they were different. I thought they were made different. I thought the way that they performed was different. So I ended up trying a couple other pair of boots. I think I tried the Wolverine wedge sole boots, and those were not very comfortable for me. I did not care for them, so I think I only owned like one pair of those, and they were about $100 at that time out the door. After that one pair of Wolverines, I moved over to Georgia boots, and I've had countless numbers of these, probably at least 10 or 12 pairs over the years. I really like the color on them. I like boots that look new, so I have a tendency to buy boots before I actually need them. Sometimes I buy two pairs, so I have a pair that I can like go out in. They look nice and clean. Other time, and I have a pair that I can, you know, do the yard work or work on projects around the house, things like that. So anyways, after a few years, I bought the Wolverines, the Georgia boots, and they had a sale on these at Sears, and I decided to buy a pair. And I took them home. I think I wore them for one day, and the stitching along the side here fell out along the entire length of this seam, this stitch. It fell out, and it was just hanging. And I thought, all I did was walk in them. I didn't go to work in them. I didn't do any projects in them. It was one day I walked in them, and I ended up taking them back. They returned them. They asked me if I wanted another pair, and I said, no, I don't. I'm just not interested. Years go by of me wearing Georgia boots, and a couple days ago I was online, and they were $79.99 on sale. So I went in the store. In the store they were $110, and I thought, there's no way that I'm going to pay $110 for these boots. It's just not going to happen. From my last experience I had with them, I'm not going to do it. Well, I found out that Sears price matches, so I asked the girl up front if she'd price match it, and she said yes. So I bought a pair. I tried on several pairs in the same size to see if I found one that felt better than the others, and I ended up getting these. And I wore them a little bit today, and I'm very pleased with them so far as their comfort goes. I think I'll probably just wear these around the house, doing yard work, things like that. And when I buy another new pair of Georgia boots, I'll save those for going out. Or I might buy another pair of pull-ons and keep them nice and shiny and clean for going out with the wife, dinner or drinks or whatever. But anyways, the purpose of this video is really just to kind of share my experience with you guys about these Diehard boots, because like I said, I've seen a lot of videos recently about guys talking about how wonderful these are. I've had great experiences with these boots. I've also had not so great experiences. The only thing I would ever change on these, for me personally, is I hate the tongue. I hate that it's just a strap of leather. I think even at an $80 boot, I don't see why they couldn't put like a padded tongue in there. They actually make a round toe with a soft toe, not a safety toe, that has a padded tongue. It's a little darker color. It's not a mock toe. It's a round toe like the Georgia boots, and it has a padded tongue in it. And they're about the same price point, but they're not a safety toe. And I wish that they did a padded tongue on these. They have a little bit of a padded collar. The leather on these, you know, it's not the best leather, but I like the soles. It reminds me of Red Wings. They stitch them at the front of the toe. They have a nice pattern that doesn't pick up a lot of dirt, and they seem to wear really good. And they have a lot of cushion, whatever material that is. That's some kind of blown material that they use for the wedge sole there. So anyways, you guys, if you want, you know, chime in, let me know your experiences. If you've ever worn Diehard boots, or a pair of boots that you just love, that you keep buying and you're never going to change. I just realized I also have these Justin boots over here. These were a pair of boots that I ordered from work. They only had them in the wide width, so I went ahead and ordered them anyways, and they're just too wide for me. I wore them for about a week, and I never wore them again. I tried to sell, they're on Justin's website, or I think Boot Barn's website. These were $249 boots. I tried putting them on sale for like $60, and nobody even offered me a lower price. So these boots might be getting given away to somebody, you guys. I think it's a 10.5 wide. They have I want to say it's a steel toe. I'll have to double check on that though. But they're a steel toe, and it's Justin's J-Max technology. These are waterproof, and I believe they're also actually insulated boots. So they might be good for somebody in colder climates. But yeah, these boots here, I'm not going to wear them. They don't fit me, so I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're dusty. That's why they look a little maybe worn, but they're dusty because the last time I touched them, I oiled them, and they've been sitting on my workbench here ever since. But anyways, I thought I'd give the Diehards another try. I know they're an inexpensive boot, especially compared to some of the other boots that I have, but they always lasted me. And you know, I think two things that come to mind when I think about a work boot are comfort and how long they're going to last. I don't understand the whole, hey, they're only $80, buy 2 pairs a year. You know what? That might be okay for some, but I don't want to do that. I do oil my boots. I use a couple of things. I use a brush to broom my boots off, and an applicator brush to apply mink oil. And I try to take care of them. I mink oil the soles around the edges. They do get a little dry, and I also mink oil the leather. And I just feel like if you buy quality boots, even more so than them lasting longer, you get something more comfortable. Like I said, so far so good with these. I'm a little bit biased based on my last experience, but I can definitely say that over the years, I had some really good experiences with these boots. And if they were just like the ones I remember, I'm going to be very happy with them and probably continue to buy them. But, you know, I'll update you guys in a few months how they're doing and go from there. So anyways, guys, here's a lineup of some of my boots that I've worn and enjoyed. Some of them more worn than others. These guys here, they're actually not as uncomfortable as you might think. I definitely wouldn't recommend going on a 5-mile walk with them, but they're definitely not too bad, you know, to go out to dinner or drinks or something like that. Some of these guys maybe even go out dancing in them. Me personally probably wouldn't go that far. I'd probably rather, if I'm going to dance, probably have something that's going to lace up a little more support. But anyways, guys, again, here's some of the boots that I've worn and enjoyed and that I will continue to buy. And some of them I may or may not continue to buy. Some of them are still up in the air. These were really awesome boots. They're waterproof, but they really didn't. I don't think they lasted as long as a pair of boots should have. They lasted about a year, but the condition of them in that year, after some of my other boots, is worse than, you know, like this boot here. I beat those things up. I've had pairs that I had for almost 2 years that I just beat up, and you could tell they were beat up. But again, you could still lace them up and go to work. Whereas these, I'm not going to wear them again to work. There's no support left inside the sole, and they're cracking. We don't get any rain out here, so I don't really have to worry about water getting in there. But still, they're getting kind of smooth on the bottom there. Not like these. These are only about a month old. Good boot. Not the most comfortable, but definitely comfortable. Again, if you guys want any model numbers, just let me know, or if you want any specific information on any of these boots, prices, or anything like that, let me know. I'll do the best I can to be as accurate as I can. And that's it. So thanks, guys. Again, let me know if you have any personal experiences with any of these boots, or any boots that you think I should try. I like 8-inch boots. I like 6-inch boots. I like anything with a safety toe. Steel, composite. I think there's an aluminum toe, though I've never actually seen an advertised pair of aluminum toes. But like I said, let me know if you guys think that there's something maybe that I should try that you think I would enjoy. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch up with you on the next video. Have a good night.